Hey guys, Ken Ross here, and this is the South-Dade Shoutout. I am the co-chair of the Business and Civics Committee for the Chamber of Commerce here in South-Dade, and the goal of the Business and Civics Committee is to act as that bridge between businesses and the civic community, and this is no exception today. Today I have Barbara Jean of Be Strong International. She is the Client Services Manager, and we'll get more into that later, but I would really love it, right, if we could start off by just telling us a little bit about yourself, how you got to Be Strong, and how you got to be the Client Services Manager.
Absolutely. I've been involved with Be Strong for about 10 years. I started off as a facilitator in the classroom with our youth, and then I eventually worked my way up to running our youth division. It's one of our largest programs. We serve about 5,000 youth, was the number we served last year
Okay.
when I was over that. And it was a very beautiful journey. And just recently, I transitioned to being the client services manager. I work very closely now with our CEO, Michelle Shirley, and we're able to do things like this.
Okay.
And also just, establish relationships with our stakeholders and also see what's working with our clients, what they want, just to make sure that our services remain relevant and also necessary for our communities.
Sure. I'm gonna take a little step back just a little bit, because you touched on youth, and I actually did youth ministry for a church before. So tell me a little bit more about what it is that you would do with the kids, and not to give away what Be Strong is about.
Absolutely. So for the youth, we serve after school programs. We also provide services to the public schools, and we really help youth kind of go through that difficult stage of adolescence.
Yeah, I'm saying youth have a difficult stage, period. But yes, adolescence.
So we help them navigate through those difficulties that they experience, and really help them learn, who am I? What do I want? What are my passions? What is my purpose in life? And we really provide the support to help them increase in their social emotional wellness.
Okay, awesome. And you can definitely tap into your own personal experiences being a youth. I know that's what I did a lot in youth ministry, and it was great. It was absolutely great. So, tell us why Be Strong International is so important.
One of the reasons why I believe that Be Strong is important is because we want the whole family to be whole. And what that means is we would provide services to help mend and heal the broken family. We really believe that through healthy relationship education, we can not only strengthen individuals, but also strengthen their families, which will then lead to stronger communities.
Awesome. Definitely very important to have strong communities and strong families. That ultimately helps businesses thrive too. Yes. Something I'm very much in favor of, being part of the chamber, being part of this committee. Tell me a little bit more about the history of Be Strong International.
Absolutely. We were founded by a Miami-Dade County public school teacher, Miss Althea McMillan. She was a teen mom in a time where there was not much support aside from go to vocational school or night school and get married. And one of the things that she decided to do, despite the challenges that she had with being a teen mom, she went on to become a teacher and worked within the public school system for over 20 years. And she realized that a lot of her students were struggling, not because that they weren't smart, but because they were going through personal challenges, they were making poor choices with their relationships, and they were also experiencing family difficulties. So she said, you know what, I'm retiring early and I'm going to do something about it.
Awesome. And when was Be Strong established then?
In 1992. So we're celebrating 30 years.
Okay, 30 years of doing this. That is quite impressive. That she went through all of that to get to this point and establish something that could definitely help the community. Is there anything you wish more people knew about Be Strong?
One of the things that I wish more people knew is that we serve the whole family. We are not just working, we don't only serve youth, we also serve businesses. We believe that healthy relationships are a part of all of our lives and all assets. So when it comes to work, when it comes to school, when it comes to family. So we also have a card game that we created, Social Yaks, and it helps to help people learn about healthy dialogue, empathy, and how to handle tough conversations. So it really it works in the workplace to help team members learn how to connect.
So you're saying I could use this game with some of my
Immediately.
clients?
Yes, you can with your
I could be like,
clients.
let's pull out this deck
Let's
and
pull out
like,
this card game. Let's get to know about each other. And we actually developed it because there was a lot of issues about racial equity and social injustice.
okay,
And we said we want to bring different people in the community from different backgrounds, economically and also culturally, to talk about it and see what we can do to grow as a county.
yeah, so education
Yes.
of and awareness of things that are very important to Be Strong and its initiatives to help families come together. Do you have any other examples? Maybe some stories from times when you helped the youth, like of how you helped them?
Absolutely. And I think during COVID, it was a very tough time for a lot of our youth. They deal with so much social anxiety and going back to school. So even this past year, we had so many youth that we had to connect to mental health services or just help them start talking about certain things with their parents because they were going through challenges that their parents had no idea about. So that conversation then led to get them getting professional help just to deal with whatever those root issues were.
Okay, and I'd imagine you have partnerships then with different organizations to give them that kind of care.
Absolutely, we do.
Could you give us some examples of some of those?
Sure. We have, and I guess to even top that, we are opening our behavioral health division fall 2022.
Okay.
And that's going to not only provide mental health services to youth and their families, but also connect them with the partners that we have. So Wellspring is a counseling center. We have Citrus, that's also a great partner,
Citrus, yeah.
and Agape Network. They serve in different ways, Survivors Pathway. And they're the ones that we can help connect families to based on the services that they need.
Yeah, those are really good partners. I know several of those that you mentioned there, Citrus being one of them. I actually was a foster parent for about 3
Wow.
years and fostered 30 kids throughout foster care through the 3 years and adopted 2 of them. So love the fact that you are in the community and that you are partnered with so many different organizations that are helping kids, whether they're in care or they're not in care. Something I know is very important for people to see is to be able to watch adolescents grow into adults and thrive in what they're trying to do. So love that, really love that. I don't even know how else to really say it. It's touching on me here, and it's something I really enjoy. So what would you say is your favorite thing about Be Strong?
Definitely the culture. We have a great team, and being that we teach healthy relationships, it doesn't mean that it's absent of conflict, because conflict is a part of life.
Yes.
But we have such a great culture that we work through conflict together, and we're able to practice what it is that we implement in our curriculum and within the schools.
Awesome. So within schools, and you mentioned that, do you offer like help to charter schools or different schools in the fall?
We actually have some after school programs in schools. So we have one at a charter school, Palm Glades Preparatory Academy, and also at Richmond Heights Middle School.
Awesome.
And we're hoping to expand within the next year to other schools. So if you're a school and you're watching and you want Be Strong, let us know.
This is a lot of opportunity. Now, I wanted to kind of touch on it a little bit, and you've actually helped me get back to this question that I was thinking about. You talked about some of your partnerships with other organizations like Citrus and schools. How do people kind of get involved with that or want to partner with you? Say I have a service or product that I could help with, in this space. How do we do that?
So definitely, if you go to our website, you can put in a contact us form, and we would get back to you based on whichever program, because we have programs for married couples, we have programs for girls, we have programs for after school, we have in-school programs. So you would determine what program you're interested in coordinating with, and then we would move the ball along that way.
Okay, and then do you have kind of a list of what you provide each one of those?
Yes.
I know the needs of youth are different than the needs of adults or even the needs of certain businesses.
Absolutely, yes.
I definitely want that card game. I keep going back to that in my head. I'm like, man.
Listen, we can talk after because I have some in my car.
Oh, okay. I actually am friends with a world-class, internationally known magician. He does card tricks.
Wow.
And so, I would love to have some of those cards and practice some of my card tricks.
Well, okay, I got you. And I'll teach you the tricks that I know, very few.
Okay, so you do know magic and things like that, or different?
I guess. Not really.
Not really? Okay. What are some of your hobbies? Like, let's talk about that.
I like to work out.
Okay.
I like to work out. My husband actually, during the pandemic, we put a gym in the garage so we can do pull-ups, we can do squats, we can do anything. So I like to work out and spend time with my family. I have a toddler and he keeps me busy.
How old is your toddler?
2.
Is it
He's
is
two.
you said son, right? Your son.
Yeah, my
Cool.
son.
Awesome. I have, like I said, I adopted two out of foster care. I have a 3 and a 4 year old. So and they're biologically related. So I totally
Ooh,
get toddler years. This conversation that we have with our kids, like, no, you're not an adult. This is the way things are. So certainly love that aspect of being with your family, and that idea that other people have access to that same type
yes.
of feeling in their heart, that
Mm-hmm.
they can raise their family and feel comfortable about it.
Yep.
Something I think is really cool. So what makes volunteering for Be Strong um, so worth it to you?
Definitely that you can experience firsthand what it is that your efforts are contributing to. So you're able to see whether you're pouring into our girls program, you're able to see the impact that you can have on there. If you're volunteering at one of our food drives, you're able to see the 500 families that are able to receive food. And it's been a financially tough time for a lot of families, so we really had to even evolve the services that we provide to help meet the current need that the families are
Absolutely.
experiencing.
And let's talk a little bit about that, because you mentioned the pandemic and how you changed things. You got a home gym. What has be what has Be Strong done in this time? I mean, I know it's definitely an interesting time, but
Absolutely. So we have drive-through food drives
awesome.
every month. We also decided to open the behavioral health division just to help meet the need that a lot of the clients that we have are experiencing. And we also developed the social Yaks card game just to help deal with a lot of the conflict and the
Okay, so
tension
the
during that
cards
time.
were a brainchild of COVID.
Yeah.
Even better for me. Like I don't know. I'm gonna live vicariously through these cards here. I'm gonna definitely cherish them. They'll be like front and center in my house. And be like, let's pull out these cards.
Take
And
a
talk.
picture and send it. You got to
Oh.
prove it. Prove it.
Okay. Hey, you don't know me in that sense. I will do it. I will do it. I'm very much a fan of families and having the things that they need to be a family.
Yeah,
And it's
that's
certainly apparent in what you guys are doing. So tell me a little bit about volunteering opportunities, right? Because you talked about why it's worth it, but if I wanted to volunteer, not to say I want to right now, I have kids, small kids, they run around, that's enough
they're
of
your
a volunteer.
bosses.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
killing me. But at some point, I want to volunteer. How would I get involved with that?
So you can go to our website, www.bestrongintl.org. You can fill out a volunteer form there, and we will be able to send you the different opportunities. We do have a back to school block party on August 13th,
Okay.
where we plan to give over, we did 1,500 book bags last year. We plan to do more. And it's a collaborative effort with many different organizations within the community that's working together to put it on. So if you want to volunteer for that,
Okay.
definitely fill out the form on the website and we can
Awesome.
send you information. The food drives are another opportunity. We have after school programs, always looking for support in that.
Okay.
So
awesome. And I'm sure you're pretty involved in the community. I know when I go to different events like parades or events where there are civic community members like the mayor or any of those things, Be Strong is out in different events like that.
Yeah.
So
you always hear like, you're everywhere. We're just like,
yeah.
we are. It's like, we don't feel like we're doing enough. And I don't know if that's just a nonprofit world where it's just like, what else can we do? Because you're bombarded with many needs and you want to make sure that you meet them all. So we try.
Right.
We try.
Right. Work is never complete if you're a nonprofit because you have a mission, right?
Yeah.
And the heart of that mission is seeing families. And then so every family has
I
that
know.
opportunity.
Hopefully we go out of business one day, because if you go out of business, that means that you did your part, you know?
Right.
And,
right.
And that's a weird wish, but I mean, that's the goal, is to help families be so strong that they no longer need us.
Absolutely. So tell me a little bit about your personal goals then when it comes to Be Strong. I know you talked about you did some of the work with the youth and you came client services manager. What is your passion for this?
My passion is really helping people that others overlook, right? Those problem children that they'll never be anything, or they could, they'll just stay that way, or they'll repeat cycles in their family's life. I want to help them, because those are the people that they blow your mind.
Absolutely.
That was me.
That was you.
That was
Okay.
me.
Tell me a little bit more about you then. In that sense.
So a funny story, when I went to the former middle school I attended to present Be Strong there, I ended up running to my 7th grade math teacher. And I'm in my early 30s now. So I hadn't seen her maybe in over a decade. And she said, "Oh my goodness, we were just talking about you." And I'm like, "What?" Did I not graduate middle school or something? Because that's kind of weird for you to just be talking about me and you hadn't seen me in so long. And we don't talk at all. We're not Facebook friends. Like, I don't know you at this point of my life.
Right.
And she ran to get my 8th grade math teacher. And they said, "Oh my goodness, you showed such great improvement from 7th grade to 8th grade and your math FCAT." Which is the standardized testing that they did in my time long ago. And I sat and I thought, why? And my father moved out in 7th grade, going through a lot of personal challenges, peer pressure, skipping school. My mom doesn't know, so don't tell her. Please delete that part of the recording.
Oh, okay.
And, just making a lot of poor choices. And, at that time, you would have looked and said, man, she's not going to make it very far, but I'm here. And my life isn't perfect, but it's great.
Absolutely. And I think you've already touched upon it some, and I certainly can relate to the aspect that youth and adolescence, there's a lot of changes going on. Mental health is very important, and it's being talked about more now than ever. But yes, absolutely. And I think organizations like yourself, Be Strong, really help people understand there is this mental aspect and that people need to have folks like yourself and other volunteers to relate to be able to mentally process some of the things that they're going through. And heaven forbid, I want to get in the way of that. I really don't. I want to do what I can to support it. So Can you tell us a little bit about the near future for Be Strong? Are there things that you're excited about, things you're looking to do?
Yes. So again, the block party is something that we're very excited about. Normally, organizations host individual events and separate back to school events, but we decided to come together as a community in South-Dade to say, let's do this together because we are stronger together. We can make a greater impact.
So Be Strong. Right?
Yes.
That's nice.
And it's bigger than us, right? Because we can't make the impact that we need on our own. So we're grateful to have the many different partners. We have Mothers Fighting for Justice. We have Miami Bridge. We have so many other. It's so much to name, but they're all working with us to help this event be successful.
Awesome. And I know the Chamber does whatever it can to support organizations like yourself and businesses. How can we best help you? I know we're giving you this time here and definitely want to raise awareness to what it is you're doing. But
absolutely. So one of the things, of course, donations. I mean, we need money to even host events, right?
Yes.
We need money to have programs for after school because we want youth to have opportunities to stay out of trouble. Sometimes when they go home and there's no one there after school, we want to be able to be like a safe and healthy space for them. So financially supporting programs is one thing. Volunteering is another. If you dedicate your time to us, like we really appreciate that because time is money. It is very expensive. And when you have people that are knowledgeable in their work, that's willing to set aside time to teach kids about podcasting. You saw that?
Oh no!
Recording, and
out.
Right. We teach our children how to make healthy meals. We teach our children how to be photographers. Just really different skills that they might not be exposed to, different opportunities that they can experience. So we want to continue to support those programs. And also, if you would like to just follow us on social media and see what we have going on. So when your schedule does free itself up, then you can probably join us on, one of our endeavors.
Okay. Well, I'll definitely have to connect more with you to make sure I'm followed as much as I can. I'm very social. She is. You're hinting on some of the things I did say. I do have my own socials that I work on. Yeah.
If the shoe fits.
Absolutely. So I'm a little flattered that you would mention that, but definitely excited about what you're saying here in the sense that people have the opportunity, especially entrepreneurs, to impart on the next generation. Because I know for myself, I got in the business and I didn't know a whole lot. I didn't even know I could be a businessman or thought that was even possible when I was a kid. So growing up, being able to give that opportunity to inspire the next generation to want to own a business or to want to operate with what they're passionate out of or to be strong and and
Right.
commit to a nonprofit
Right.
such as this. That's something I know every kid would love to hear as a dream that they could hold on to and resonate with. So
Absolutely.
that's cool. So what advice do you have for people who are really interested? Because you've mentioned all these things. You mentioned go to the website. Is
Mhm.
that kind of the best approach? Or?
Yeah, that definitely is. We're also always looking for great board members. We're also looking for great team members. We're looking for great sponsors. So those are definitely opportunities, volunteering, to get involved and to stay involved with Be Strong and to help give back to the community.
Awesome. And do you have offices then that are open to the public or any of those types of things?
Yes. So our office is located in Palmetto Bay, right across from the Village Center. And we are open. We're hoping to, in fall, open another center for the Behavioral Health Division to allow community members to just walk in and have direct access to services.
Oh, that's amazing. That's really cool.
Yes.
So you're definitely going to have needs then to expand kind of your footprint.
Yes.
Different employees there. How many employees then work out of the offices?
We have about 35 team members, and we serve both Dade and Broward counties.
Okay, awesome. And you guys have pretty good camaraderie there, I'm sure,
Yes.
and longstanding membership, different people that are around. So that's always admirable. Something I as I've come here from the Midwest, I've definitely seen the type of community in small pockets, and I think with something like what you're doing, that you 30 folks would be very committed to what it is you're doing here. You have to be very focused on things and want to see a particular result. So I definitely know that that's something that would be important to me, to make sure we have. And I want to do whatever I can from a chamber perspective and from even a personal perspective. I know Be Strong, as I've come here and I've seen you guys everywhere. Even though I haven't met you personally, I know that I've met others who have been part of Be Strong, and that's something that has always resonated with me. Families and youth are very important.
Yeah, they're our future.
And it's something that you can't ignore. It's better. It's the best success you could have is to impart your knowledge or wisdom or even your efforts towards helping families and helping people strive in the community. And that's something I can't get enough of. I could talk all day, but I will leave it at that. Barbara, is there anything else you'd like to say to the audience here about Be Strong or about what you're doing?
Definitely. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are grateful for all of our supporters, for all of our partners, and we just look forward to continuing to establish those new relationships and to see how we can continue to work together, because we could only do so much on our own.
Absolutely. And I want people to always remember how important it is that if you own a business or you're in the community, that the rest of the community is depending on organizations like Be Strong and depending on yourself to volunteer and to be involved, because we can't do what we set out to do as a society, as people, if other people aren't coming along. And that really drives home the missions of not only what Be Strong is, but the mission of the chamber. And we want to do things locally. And I mentioned this before, and the last time I'll mention it again. We are out to shop, drink, and dine locally. We're not out to just help bigger businesses that help communities. We want to help the small businesses as well, help communities, and be a part of Be Strong and what you have in other organizations. So I really do appreciate spending the time here with you today, getting to know Barbara Jean from Be Strong International. And stay tuned to this channel for more South-Dade Shoutouts with more amazing people such as yourself. Thank you for coming on the show.
My pleasure.